and knowable. What is knowable now for us? The whole universe. That is the holistic approach taken, that I should know the whole universe. Even to know who am I am not in isolation. So I cannot know unless I know others. Upanishadic, again, one sentence I will tell you. The Upanishad says that I should know yourself. But how is it possible to know? Who am I? Unless I know that I am not this, I am not this, I am not this, I am not this, then only I can know. That is why it is necessary for me to know the whole. My approach must be holistic. But how is it possible for a person to know the whole universe? He said there is one way. What is universe after all? Universe is that which you know and which you refer to by language. Even after inquiry, you've come in, there is a particle, let us say. So there is a particle, and there is a term particle. There was a great opposition. Opposition in the sense, second sense, Malla Virodha. If you want to classify the systems, the broad 9 and the further divisions of that, into materialists, common terms that you all are familiar with, but in Indian sense you have to take it. Materialist, Charvaka, who refuses anything which can be established by a method other than perceptual method. Number one. Realists. The simple definition of realism in this tradition is that system which believes that the world is real. It is not a mental construction. It is not a rabbit's horn. It is not a sky flower. Sky is okay, flower is okay, but some entity called sky flower, if I want to present, I cannot smell. I cannot take a smell. There is nothing that exists. So whether world in which we are, whether this world is a mental construction or is reality. The idealists, so those who believe that no, it is existent, it is knowable and nameable, they are realists in our tradition. And those who thought that this is a construction, they are idealists. One meaning of one and many I gave you, one meaning is appearance, no? So plurality is an appearance, those who held, they are idealists. So Maya, the concept of Maya, they brought construction. And they are afraid, idealists are afraid, that if I accept reality and if I allow that reality to be captured by language, then I cannot maintain my position of idealism. How? How does language work? You call this as a sketch pen, marker. The term you have used now. Now why is it not a chair? or why that is not a marker? Why do I call this is a pen or this is a chair? The realists demand that there is a property called chairness, which is only here and which is not here. So they call it dharma. Dharma is not religion. Here. We are in a different world altogether. Nowadays it becomes so difficult to even utter these words. So, there is a total darkness, I tell you. The total darkness. And I am talking to bright students now. So they should remove that darkness. I know it has become too late. I cannot ask you now to enter into. I spent 17 years under a teacher to learn a particular system called Nyaya Shastra. That is my favorite field. How can I ask you go and learn 17 years? It was a luxury for me. No problem. One more year, okay. He did not allow to read the text called Tarka Sangraha beyond Tarka Sangraha for 3 years. He said nothing doing, only Tarka Sangraha, you have to start. Reflection you have to make, no? You have to make reflections, you have to take commentaries, and then come to a conclusion. And that's what you come to, that is yours. Nobody can shake me because of that. But I have that luxury. You do not have that luxury. So when I utter some word, I am afraid. But when I utter in that tradition, I have no problem. They understand immediately what I mean. So dharma. And the other word is called dharmin. This is the structure of any element that exists in this universe, which is knowable and which is nameable. I name this on the basis of this. And this does not exist everywhere. As I told you, chairness is not here. Therefore, I cannot call this is a chair. The duster is not there. I cannot call that is a duster. So through dharma, name the dharmin. So what is the structure of duster now? Dusterness plus a relationship plus locus of that property. This is the uniform structure of any entity that exists in this universe. What not they did, you know. Now, because you have a very, very beautiful backgrounds, you know, you can bring out many things from this. Insights you can have, drive insights and fly. I have a limited knowledge, so I will be telling only this much. So dharma and dharmi. So dharma, dharmi, bhava, pan, whole universe is like that. Not a single exception. You call it particle, so that particle-ness should be there. You call it atom, atom-ness should be there. Otherwise, why not? This is water. So, idealists got frightened that if I accept this as a so realists are claiming the entire structure is real. Dharma is a part of this. It is not coming from my mind and getting imposed there. It is not my mental construction. These are all part and parcel of the reality. And each and every element in the reality has this structure, reflection of this structure. Once this was, then it is plural. Now you can see. And then idealist has to maintain that it is singular. Are you getting me? If you want to maintain that the reality is a singularity, this method is not of any help. And without this method, language cannot work. Language works only because of this. And therefore, they said, that which cannot be captured by language is reality. Not from now, I am telling you, it is right from the Vedic times. Abang manaso gocharaha. Beyond mind, beyond thought, that which cannot be captured. So language, that which cannot be caught by language. Language can catch only when this is reflected. Therefore, they started opposing realists. What I am going to present is the picture of realism. And this is the book which gives you a clear picture of the whole universe. So this reality, which is of this structure, is knowable and nameable. If it is knowable, then I know this is a part of the universe. This exists. Rabbit's horn. Can I know? Does rabbit have horn? Somebody has rabbit's horn. He is playing with rabbit's horn. Oh, it is so nice, you know. Is it possible? Not possible. It's because it cannot be.
Not observed, but possible for the person who has observed. The person who has not observed it may not believe.
Correct. That means one has observed means he has known it. One has observed it means he has known it. So it becomes prameya. Prama vishaya. Vishaya is object, content. So content of a cognition. So the universe is real because it is knowable and it is nameable. This is the stand of the Indian realism. All right. Now I will, because I think my nature I suspend for some time, roaming here. So please come with me with the handout. Indian idealists believe that the reality cannot be captured by language, and what is captured by language is not real. Now I think it's clear. And why they are telling, now it is clear to you. As against this, the Indian realists held that most natural tool of understanding reality is language. We are all human beings. This is one of the defining, language is one of the defining factors. And hence, it is possible to understand the universe through language. Now you can see, I mean, how you can have a different model of understanding, you know, the whole universe. Entire different models of understanding. Among Indian realists also, now many realists are there. The Sankhya, Jaina, Buddha, many. Buddha is also different. There are 4 schools in Buddhism, not all. Sarvastivadin, for example, they are realists. Others are not. Anyway, but you have to understand realism and idealism the way I have presented before you. This is a simple way to understand that. So among the Indian realists too, the Nyaya Vaisheshika school, now you know Nyaya Vaisheshika school I am calling, because by the time of 10th century, they became one. So Nyaya Vaisheshika school took a stand that if something is real, it must be knowable and must be nameable. This world of our experience is knowable and nameable, and hence the universe is real. There is no question of mental construction. Don't think that the Naiyayikas cannot write poetry. Imagination is not allowed. Immediately my students start asking, sir, what about imagination? Well, yeah, we have a real world, and from the real world experience we can create world of art. So it's a created world. So the given and the created, I can make a distinction. I'm talking of now classifying the given world. And from the given I can create the world of art. And the world, to understand the world of art, to understand the given world, we have been given language. We have not created language. In the same way, to understand the world of art, we have to create language of art. And there are methods for creation of that also, the tradition has discussed. Number 4, please note, this is the difference. There is no degrees in reality. Something is real for the time being, after that it becomes unreal. It is not the case. It is an answer to the idealists, particularly the Mayavadins. Sankara, for example, they say that this is an illusion, the world is an illusion. So after the realization of the Brahman, this will vanish. So there are degrees of reality. So they created three degrees in reality: Paramarthika Satta, Vyavaharika Satta, and Pratibhasika Satta. You also get afraid in a dream, you know, a snake is chasing, for example. So dream reality, phenomenal reality, and the ultimate reality. This degree. The realist, Indian realist, do not make such distinction in the reality. Degrees in realities are not acceptable to them. There is no room for any third category of entities, as some idealists held. Thus, the world is, then what is the world? Now, the world is the sum total of, so they call it Padartha. Now here Pada means word, word, Artha is referent. What word refers to? So your universe is a referent. Thus the world is sum total of reference of language. You take all the languages of the world, the people speak, and through those languages, what they refer to, they all the universe, the world with which they behave. It has two subsets. Then go on now classifying. So referent is the world. There are two sets, so that the universal set, and then make two subsets of that. One is bhava, the other is abhava. Bhava is presence. Now this is bhava, and it does not exist outside this area anywhere in the world. This pain does not exist anywhere else in the world except this locus. Is not the case? Both should be true or not? Both should be reality or not? Yeah. So though presence is a reality, absence also is a reality. So bhava is presence, abhava is absence. Bhava and abhava constitute the whole universe. This is how they go on now, coming down to the earth. Started divine. Bhava is classified into 6 further sets: substance, quality, action. The handout is with you. I need not write now. Is okay for you. You go further and make a 6 categories. What are those 6 categories? First is substance, next is quality, third is action, fourth is universal. I said chairness, penness, bookness, these are all universal. The universals. Then particular. Now even 2 markers, when there are 2 markers of the same size, same color, same thing, still don't you say that this is different from that? On what ground do you say that? Even if there are 2, same color, same size, everything same shape, and still you say this is different from the other. That is being referred to by particular. So discreteness, prithakva. We behave in this universe with the discrete entities. Milk and water both are there. When I need milk, I need only milk, and when I need water, I need only water. You cannot mix and okay, I have brought a water for you, and when I need milk, you go, okay, I have brought milk for you. You can't do that. So every entity, that dharma dharmi bhavapanna padartha, is discrete. That discreteness is to be recorded, and for that something is to be accepted, and that is called particular or discreteness. And hence, and so that ultimate, you can say that they have discussed of creation, the entire evolution of the universe, from Paramanu up to the mass, gross. So the minor to the gross, they have gone. So they went to the level of Paramanu by this logic, that when 2 identical entities are before you, and if you want to distinguish one from the other, what should be your argument to make it? Because there is no laboratory, you have to make it argument, no? So if first you say that, okay, the parts of this are different from the parts of that. Okay, again take 2 parts of this, one part is different from the another part, and you go on dissecting, asking the same question. When are you going to stop asking this question? Endlessly you keep on asking. But if you do not arrive at a conclusion, then where from it began, the whole cannot be explained. And if the whole cannot be explained, then how can one be different from the other? And therefore, they say, yatra vishrantihi. And there, they say, these are the state of Paramanu. And then 2 Paramanus coming together, then the dyads, 3 dyads coming together, then mass is created, then like that, they go on explaining all these things. This is what has happened. So, particular is that. So, it is present in all permanent substances, Vishesha. And inherence is a permanent relationship. Now, quality and the substance, here you see, can you show me this is the quality and this is the substance? Will the whole remain? If it remains, then it will be another color, you can say. Again, color will remain. Without a color, substance should be shown. Is it possible? So that which binds together, holds together, that is called a permanent relationship called samavaya, inherence. And abhava into 2 further states, namely relational absence and mutual. So if you say X is different from Y, you can also say X is not in Y and Y or on Y. Both are fact. The pen is not on the chair and pen is not chair, both are true. But the absence of both are not the same character. When I say the pen is not a chair and pen is not on the chair, you see, these 2 absences are of 2 different types. Therefore, absence is classified into 2 categories: anunya bhava and samsarga bhava, relational absence and mutual absence. This way. So, if you think that you should read, you can read this book and have a complete picture of analysis of the whole universe through language. Similarly, then substance is taken. Each one is taken. Substance is taken and further divided. Substance is further classified into 9 subsets: earth, water, fire, air, sky, time, space, soul and mind. No, this is holistic. You see, soul and mind are also included for analysis. So the inner world and outer world all are taken for analysis. Not only materials, but who am I should also be included for inquiry. So soul is this, and he is working with the mind, inner sense organ. So mind should also be included. So these are all substances declared. Qualities 24: color, taste, smell, touch, number, size, discreteness, conjunction, disjunction, remoteness. Something you say, something is at a far distance and something is near. And when you go that side, the same thing becomes near, and the other one which was near will become far. Then what is that makes you say like that? You have to posit some entities like that. This is how they went on, analyzing language, went on positing the entities of the type of dharma, dharmi, bhava, and the whole universe got classified. Moisture, sound, cognition. So now you can see up to sound, external world. And after that we see cognition, pleasure, pain, desire, hatred, volition, merit, demerit, impression. All these are inner world. So the analysis of the whole universe, inner and outer. 10. Action can be seen in the form of upward movement, downward movement, contracting, expanding, and simply a movement, rotating, for example. So all movements are analyzed in that way. Universal can be either a pervader or pervaded class marker or generic property. Now, for example, if I say pain, if it is, now pain is a substance. Now suppose it is made of earth. Earth also is a substance. So it's a bigger circle, within the circle, within the circle, within the circle, and you go on up to the Parmanu you can reach, they will belong to that circle. So Parmanu, up to that you can go. So universals can be either pervade, so the bigger one is the pervader and the smaller one is the pervaded. So pervader and pervaded class marker or generic property. Only point to be remembered is that all these are part and parcel of the reality. Nothing is being constructed from the mind. World is mind independent. World is not dependent on mind. This is what the realist position is. Particulars are ultimate distinguishing factors of permanent substances, and they distinguish each permanent substance from an atom up to God. By the way, the realist system has also accepted God. Don't get afraid. Because, oh no, the realist, how can the God can come? Realism and God, how can go together? So these ideas to be washed, reflect. And they have all argument. You know, by 10th century, 2 issues were left. In the debate with the Buddhists, the Jainas, those who did not accept God. 1,000 years record of a dialogue is with you for study. And in 10th century AD, Udayanacharya of Mithila wrote 2 books. One on existence of God and one on existence of self. Atma Tattva Viveka is one to establish self, and Nyaya Kusmanjali to establish God. And simply he said, okay, there is God, and then there is God. He has taken into account all the counter arguments which are prevailing 1,000 years by those who did not accept God. Even in the Astika Darshana, Mimamsa, for example, did not accept God. It's simply, you will enjoy and enjoy. It's a real field of intellectual engagement. Those who favored, those who accepted the Vedic thoughts, even they, some of them have opposed God. That is why I said that Astika does not mean one who believes in God. Because in the Astika Darshana, there is a Mimamsaka who does not accept God because his explanation does not require the help of God. So even without God, he can explain everything. So why should he posit God? So these are all outcome of a rational debate, rational reflection, that these positions have been made of permanent substances, and they distinguish each permanent substance from an atom up to God. So God has been assigned some role, and that role cannot be explained without accepting God, and therefore God is necessary. Now you should counter, that's all, that I can explain that even without accepting God. This is how the debate should continue, no? But one who has not studied Nyaya Kusumanjali, one who has not studied Atma Tattva Viveka, and comes to stand and ask, why should there be God? Should I allow him to talk? I will ask him, go. Get acquainted with all the counter arguments which have been replied by a person. And even if you find there is a gap, most welcome. You see, I hail from Bengal. Navadvipa was the center of Nyaya in the medieval period. Many of you might have heard the name of Raghunatha Shiromani. He was a great logician of medieval period. Historians know. He says he has criticized the own system. That kind of freedom was there. You can criticize your own system. And at the end he writes, he says, Dushyam me vacha. He says, I invite you to criticize me. You read the book. At the end he writes this, Dushyam me vacha. Come and criticize me. But he gives a caution. Param nipunam vibhavya. Before coming to me to dismiss, you read 100 times and come. Bhavavabodha vihitaha na dunoti chetaha. Having fully understood my heart, why I have written like that. Even after that, if you find a gap and if you find a fault, I am least perturbed, he said. Na dunoti chetaha. I am least perturbed. This is the tradition about which I am talking. Should that tradition not come back? And if that tradition is at place, do you think that such things will happen? Which we are facing every day. This is what now how long I am going to continue, I do not know, but anyway, I will cry and go away out of the sea. Dushyam me vacha, he says. Can you have a better statement? He is inviting. Good. So, this is our universe of experience. Did I come up to that or not? Yeah. Inherence is a permanent relationship, I have already told you. Relational absence is of 3 types. Now anything, let us say this is a product, no? This is a whole. That means it has been produced. Before it is produced, what have you done? You have collected the materials for production. So in the materials, there is the absence of this or not? You have gathered the material for production of this. Does this exist at that time? What does exist then? Absence. Abhava exists. This absence is called pre-absence. Pragabhava. Then it has come into being, okay, fine, it is performing its function. Then take a hammer and break it. Does it exist? Then what does exist? Again absence. This is called dvamsa, destruction. So pre-absence, dvamsa, destruction, and I say this pain is not there. Then what is there? Then is this pain, can this absence be included either in the first category or third category or the second category? Then you need a third category of abhava, and that is called atyanta abhava. So there are three types of absences required to explain the reality. This is the kind of, this is our universe of experience, and some of them form our inner world and the rest external world. All of them are knowable and nameable, and hence whatever is knowable and whatever is nameable is real. This universe is real and not figment of our imagination. There is no question of any illusion of any kind. This is the position of Indian realists, called Nyaya Vaisheshika system of philosophy. I hope I have communicated. Now again I will stop.